what would your life look like if you raised the standards well beyond what anyone could imagine of you?
Good question. I think I'd probably be divorced. I think the challenge, it's a great question. I think the challenge for anybody in this day and age is actually how do you manage some sort of amount of sanity between your work life and your personal life. So I think we all try and set the standards as high as we can. I think there's a line that you've got to draw in terms of what you do. I'm more interested in making sure, how much time are we all allocating towards work? How can we make that the best, most productive, most useful work? Nothing's more frustrating to me than seeing people wasting time doing kind of mundane things or admin-oriented things when we could be doing more creative things with our time. So that interests me more than, because dreaming the impossible, that's great. That would involve perhaps working 24/7. You could work 24/7 and you could become a madman, but it's not really sustainable in the long term. Trying to find ways in which you can do really, really interesting things and focus all your energies on that rather than just doing email or conference calls, being more productive in a really rich way and leveraging all that power that's sort of hiding inside people's brains. And I think the Gen Ys are better at this than perhaps the Gen X's. From my experience, I think there's a lot of passion in Gen Ys that we haven't yet figured out how to tap. And it's actually one of the things in Juniper here in ANZ that we're trying to look at, which is how do we start to leverage perhaps interns and graduates? We are, as a company here, we've got a tremendous, we've got a very large number of very talented people, but actually they're probably all over 30. So that means we've got a huge amount of experience. But however, that means I think we're missing out something at the younger end of that scale. How do we tap perhaps some of that talent and get some perspectives from them and some balance? We all Gen X's tend to, it's like anything else, right? We all tend to work the same way.
We do.
So we've got one view of doing things. I'd love to get a different view in here, and it's actually on our list as a management team to get kicked off in 2012 is how do we start to tap into some of that Gen Y talent? I think they'll teach us a few things about actually, how could we dream of things that perhaps as Gen Xers we just don't see. Different set of eyes might be useful.
Well, it aligns well to your challenger profile as well.
It does, exactly. We need to disrupt and innovate. I can't think of anything better than having a completely different viewpoint from some, young university graduates or interns on, why do you do that? Why don't you do that?
Yes.
Man, that's a great idea. We should go do that.